Serena.
Emily.
Hi.
Hi.
I just had like, we were just talking for like a second before you hit record. And when you were like, okay, you're starting. And I just had this like split second where nothing entered my head. But I was thinking, I was like, what if one day we just came on here and started talking like it was a news report? Like, and now to Serena with her song of the week. It's like no context.
You should have done that.
No
That would have been funny. I would have laughed.
I didn't have the time to like prepare.
It would have been a giggle.
It would have been
just a silly little moment.
I just had to share that thought that entered my head.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that though.
Okay.
So what song have you been listening to?
Okay. So the reason that I haven't like been listening to this song excessively, but I listened to this song last night and I had a bit of a crisis, a moment. I was like, wait, I don't know if I have been listening to this lyric right. Like not like the words, but like have I been misinterpreting this?
Oh,
okay. So it's nothing new.
Okay.
So in the song, when she says, I know someday I'm going to meet her. It's a fever dream. The kind of radiance you only have at 17. She'll say that she got the map from me. And then she says, I'll cry myself to sleep.
Yeah.
What do you think she means when she says, I'll cry myself to sleep?
I feel like, okay, this is how I interpret it. She's thinking about in the future meeting someone, a young singer-songwriter who is like top of their game right now. And she says like in an interview, like Taylor Swift inspired me and, you know, whatever. And I think in her head for Taylor, that means like she's officially not the new exciting like pop star that she was. You know what I mean? She's like, she raised a generation, which is very exciting.
Right.
And she'll say she's happy for her, but then she'll go cry herself to sleep because she's not like, she's officially at that point in her career where she's old enough to have
people that have got the map from her.
Yeah.
Okay. So every time I've listened to this song, I've always, because the song and The Lucky One are obviously extremely similar songs. They're singing about the same concept here. And in my head, when I'll cry myself to sleep, she was always crying because she led somebody else to this life that's really difficult.
Ooh.
And that it was like that it's really hard to be famous, and then it just like was something that has always been, especially in that when in those songs she's reflecting about like sometimes fame's really hard. And so in my head that's always what that line was. But then last night when I was listening to it, I was like, oh, maybe she's crying herself to sleep because she's not the it girl anymore.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's
such an interesting
and this
take.
is why I love music, because everybody can listen to it in a different way. And last night I was like, oh my gosh, no, I think I have been thinking about this incorrectly this whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have never heard anyone say that about that lyric. But I also, not to like be like, you're wrong, but I think I got the other interpretation because the whole song is about being nothing new.
Yes, that is the correct interpretation. But when I was listening to that song so many times, I was always listening to The Lucky One. And The Lucky One is more about like the melancholy of being famous and like, do I want to run away from all of this?
True.
So that's just like in my head, those two songs are like, it's chapter 1 and chapter 2 of the same book.
Yeah.
So I guess like that's just where my mindset was listening to that song.
So
and I do think the other way of interpreting it is makes more sense.
Yeah. But
just a thought that I had when I was listening to that song yesterday.
I love that.
Yeah. Thanks.
Cool.
What have you been listening to?
Oh no, I've been dreading this question for the past 2.5 minutes. I have been listening to I Almost Do.
Oh, good one. Excellent work.
Taylor's version, of course.
Always.
Yeah. I don't know. I have been on a red kick like kind of recently. That's not a lie. I have been.
And that's just it.
Yeah. So I think it's just fun to revisit our old music, and so here we are. I Almost Do just feels like a song like you're just like sitting in this dark room.
I
in a
have
big
shed
chair.
many a tear to that song.
Yeah, next to like a telephone.
Yeah.
So that's just the vibe I've been getting.
That is just high school love in a nutshell for me. But yeah.
The whole album is kind of
100% because I was a sophomore in high school when that album came out.
Yeah.
So
it's the first album I drove myself to buy.
No, I didn't.
I was 17.
I didn't drive myself to buy it yet because I wouldn't have been 17, but I like vividly remember listening to it in the car all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Well,
good times, good memes, good memes.
Here we go, crying ourselves to sleep over here. So I have another announcement to make.
Okay.
So do you guys remember when I was talking about how all of my old CDs were like in my old car that I don't have anymore?
I do remember. Yeah.
And I was so sad about it and like whatever. So for Christmas, my mom went and got them.
Oh.
And wrapped them. And like I have them all again.
That's so sweet.
And yeah. And I realized that my Lover CD was in there. I didn't even realize that it was. Mm-hmm. But it was. And
now you got the whole collection.
Yeah.
Back home. That's so sweet.
Yeah. So
if you missed it, we like so long ago we were talking about like collecting CDs or whatever and something, and Serena no longer has the car that
all my like literally my like collection for my life was in. And I mean it was mostly Taylor stuff. There was a few. There was a Sam Smith CD in there.
Oh wow.
She only wrapped the Taylor ones. She gave me the other ones later. But yeah, it was so sweet and it was just such a cute surprise.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah,
great gift.
Probably my favorite one.
Yeah. It's the sentiment.
Yes.
Of it all.
So that was fun. What are we talking about today?
I think I'm fed up with a lot.
We're just in a mood to complain.
Just in a mood to complain. I don't know what it is. So we did this a couple of weeks ago, maybe even months ago at this point, but we just did a whole episode of like things we've just had it with.
Yeah.
I've just had it with this. I've had it with that. I've had it with everyone. And I just want to complain, but all related to like Taylor Swift, of course.
Always.
So
I made a list, but I have a first one that I need to talk about that's not that serious before we like get into like really being annoyed.
Okay.
You know, I've seen this chatter on the internet a few times in the past couple months of people trying to say that Taylor Swift is not a blonde. And you know what? I'm sick of that rhetoric, number one, because as somebody who has almost the exact same hair color as her, I'm having a self-identity crisis here. Are you trying to tell me I don't have blonde hair?
Right.
When my entire life I've been told I have blonde hair?
Yeah.
And my mom's a hairdresser, and guess what? We have a hair scale in my house that shows the scale of lightest to darkest, and both of our hair is freaking blonde.
So if Taylor wants to come over and we can like compare. Do it live,
we can with the hair scale,
we'll prove
and
it
we
wrong.
can compare how because and this is the other thing people have been talking about, and you know what, I think it's this bleach blonde Utah mom trend that's going on in the United States of America that has all of your brains skewed as to what the color blonde is. And I'm bothered by it. I was personally offended.
I know. If I had blonde hair, I would be too. It's so weird though, because it's like you clearly look at both of us and like, okay, your hair is dark, but I would never look at you.
Than yours.
Exactly. I would never look at you and say you have brown
bleach
hair.
In it.
Yeah.
Mine. This is my natural hair color. My ends have a little bit of residual bleach because I used to be platinum to the root bleach blonde.
Yeah. It's true. The view of blonde hair is so skewed.
It's so skewed. I'm so offended.
Even like, I mean, my hair, I haven't had it like dyed truly blonde in a really long time. But even when I would, I feel like people would call me blonde. And I'm like, I don't think you understand how hair works. No. My ends are blonde. It's clearly not natural. Like, I have brown hair. I don't know. It's crazy. It's wild.
It's crazy. And I just think if you think Taylor Swift's not a blonde, you're dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And that leads me to the next thing of like, after the Golden Globes, when like you were saying like her hair looked so beautiful at the Golden Globes, like she heard my complaints and has been having hair slays. Like it's just been one after the other.
It really has.
And I just appreciate it. And people were comparing her hair during the Lover era, I think it was like a performance then to a performance to then, and they were like, she has extensions, blah 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 blah. I'm like, that ain't extensions. That is called she stopped bleaching her hair.
Right.
Because I have been through the same journey.
And she's also let it grow.
I have been the picture of her hair looking broken and ratty and disgusting, and now we're here. If you're on video, you can see I have stopped bleaching my hair, and it's the longest it's been since I was in high school. It's the healthiest it's been since I was in high school. And me and Taylor have extremely similar hair textures. Like, we both have curly hair. Our hair's like the same color. It's fine. Like, I just know what it's like to do. When I see her hair, I'm like, I know exactly what your experience is because I have the same hair.
Yeah.
And like when she performs on tour, because I always blow out my hair to be straight too. And it's just funny when I watch tour and just watch it slowly start to curl because she's sweating and whatever. And I feel as though I'm a Taylor Swift hair expert because I live with the same hair, and it's blonde. Okay, my rant's over.
It's so funny the way like the conversation about her hair, you're right, has been such a hot topic in the fandom. But it's like, are we that bored of picking apart everything else that we have to also now attack her hair?
I do feel as though it's insane.
It's actually insane. And even if she was still bleaching it, it got longer because she didn't cut it. Like it's been 4 years since the Lover era.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, extensions? Sorry.
And COVID happened and she didn't color her hair the whole time. She was chilling, probably not using as much heat. And like her hair recovered. She's in a hair glow up journey.
Yeah.
And it is working, and you're all hating ass bitches.
You should just be happy for her and then cry yourself to sleep.
Literally. Talk to your mom about it. Like, literally, keep it off Twitter. I'm tired of seeing it. Yes. I think Twitter is the epitome of all of our complaints today.
Oh, no, it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
What have you had it with?
Absolutely is. Oh, wow. I have a handy dandy old school notebook here.
Oh, she got the notebook out.
I did. Well, because we're recording on my phone and I couldn't find my iPad.
Oh. Isn't your iPad your literal source of work?
Well, it's not lost. I just like didn't look for it.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't plugged in where it should have.
I was like,
excuse
me.
I haven't worked in weeks. So anyway, I have had it. This is just, we're going to jump right into the Golden Globe like discourse here because that was a hot mess. But basically, I mean, okay, this isn't as bad, but like if you missed it, Taylor was up for an award and she lost. And I have just had it with people on the internet who are not Swifties thinking that the Swifties are pissed about her losing the Golden Globe.
No, I was actually quite happy that Barbie won.
I think at that point, as the show had gone on and I was just so done with it, I like never wanted to turn anything off so bad in my life. I was just like so ready for Barbie to win something that when Taylor lost, I was like, I literally don't care.
I'm going to be honest. I really didn't go into the Golden Globes thinking she was going to win.
Really?
No.
I think I only expected it because I saw so many people were talking about how she was projected to win. Like all these professionals were like projecting.
And I mean, I guess a lot of people thought she was going to win because she was there. Like sometimes like people know that they're going to win before they go. Like the VMAs are very much like people aren't showing up unless they're winning kind of deal. So I was like maybe she is going to win because she's there, but I don't like Barbie was snubbed all night, so I was just happy that they won something.
Yeah, I just think it was so stupid the way like news outlets were like Swifties are pissed, and I'm like, have you ever talked to a single Swiftie in your whole life?
Because the only Swifties that were probably pissed were the 12-year-olds.
Right.
Because when I was 12, I was pissed when she didn't win too.
That's true.
Like, what's your source? Get on the mic and come tell us your source, please. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, and then people like in my normal life would be like, "Oh, she lost." Like,
okay, and
why are you making it
this
like
is
I'm
depressed?
Show
about movies. She's a singer songwriter.
Right. I fell asleep and I slept real nice.
We know she ain't an actress. This isn't new news.
And I mean, the award was for what? It was like more of like a cinematic experience type.
No,
thing,
it was for
office?
a box office accomplishment. So like, whatever.
I don't know. Yeah,
it's a new category anyway.
I think if Barbie wasn't nominated, she could have won. But
probably, but like
either way, I don't care. We got a really great dress, outfit, whole experience out of it, so I'm not complaining.
We had some tea spill. It was just it was an experience. There was Kiki's hat, and I wish I was there at the table.
Oh gosh, what have you had it with?
Well, just to bounce off of this, I've had it with the headlines. You know what I've had it with? The View. I hate The View.
Oh my god.
I hate The View. I'm on record. I hate The View. And just like the discourse of that, she was being over dramatic in her reaction when Will Smith got on stage and assaulted someone, and people are like, he was defending his wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
He physically. No.
I know.
No, because I'm actually so aggravated by the discourse of she overreacted. She literally had a blank look on her face and took a sip of her drink.
It's the whole like women should just suck it up and laugh.
She actually couldn't have had less of a reaction.
Yeah. I know.
She just was neutral.
And I didn't realize that the Will Smith thing was at the Golden Globes.
Yes.
Until people were comparing it. And I'm like, oh, wow. Was that last year?
Yes. This man got on stage and assaulted someone. And he was defending his wife. She goes like this. And she overreacted. Just lighten up. Just laugh. Why didn't you tell Will Smith to lighten up and laugh?
I know, for real.
Whoa. I just can't.
That was a horrible moment.
It was ridiculous.
It was just even leading up to that, like his whole monologue in the beginning.
I don't know anything about that man, but I do know that he should file for unemployment.
He basically is unemployed.
Well, you should file and stay home.
Did you see people during the show, because he was saying, terrible jokes. So the Swifties dug up his old tweets and found one that he said, like, oh, if One Direction breaks up, does Taylor Swift have to write a song about it? And then there were like hundreds of quote tweets on that tweet. Like once the Swifties found it, everyone's like, go to hell, like da da da, like tearing him apart. The next day it was deleted. The tweet was gone. And I was like, end scene. Like he was read to filth from the Swifties. Like,
goodbye.
I was like, I cannot wait for this man to open Twitter on his phone later tonight and just see like the absolute shit show that he just put on.
Well, I saw him trying to like backtrack in statements. Like I don't think he was like, he wasn't saying anything, but a publicist was saying things for him. Like he was I saw something that was like his intention was it for it to be more of a dig at the NFL, not her, and it just didn't land well. But your Barbie joke wasn't funny either.
No, even his like other jokes.
In the age of the Barbie movie and the Eras Tour, I'm not accepting this kind of behavior from men.
And I really thought it was like,
I felt like
we were on. This. Yeah, we were definitely on like an uphill.
Like you should have came in making jokes about Oppenheimer, not about Barbie, babe.
Mm-hmm. Or like so many people on TikTok have been being like, okay, if you want to make jokes about like Barbie and Taylor, here are 10
jokes
other jokes
that are actually funny.
And it's just like, it's just insane.
And I just am so tired because women are the consumers. Women are the one watching the Golden Globes. Why are you still out here making jokes for the men when they're not even watching?
Yeah. It's true. And I'm also convinced that they like put Taylor's category so toward the end so that people would stay. I mean, we both turned it off as soon as she was done. I was like, I've had it. Yeah. I said like
I've had it.
Truly had it. I went right to bed. I'm like, I can't, like,
literally.
I had such a bad headache from listening to that man.
I have a headache from listening to most.
But if he wants to be on the podcast, and we would love to have him.
Oh please, I would love. You can sit right here in the middle, baby.
I've got some words. I've got some questions.
I just come get on the mic. Come get on the mic and let us know what you think.
Yeah. I was gonna say like I've had it with people with microphones, but here we are. I feel like we're allowed to.
No.
Like men with microphones.
Men with microphones, bye.
And it's like, why aren't women hosting more things either?
Women are the one. This is for the girls. Leave it to the girls. It's for the girls.
Yeah.
What man in your life do you know that tuned into the Golden Globes?
Couldn't tell you.
It's for the girls and the gays, and that's it. Period. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Anyway. All right. Pivoting a little bit here. I've had it with Reputation, Taylor's version, and it hasn't come out yet.
I'm pissed off because people are ruining it for me.
That's
this
exactly
is the re-record I was the most excited for.
Exactly.
And you fools are ruining it. I want her to just keep it in the vault.
I know. It angers me to no end.
Just release it to me and Emily.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll let everybody know what it's like.
And then y'all are gonna like, it's just the constant like.
It's never enough.
It's never enough.
This woman has given you so much in the past year, and you're still not satisfied.
No. The day after Rep comes out, it's going to be like, oh my God, Debut is next. When is Debut coming out?
And then when Debut comes out, it's going to be like, when's TS11? When's TS11? Mm-hmm. Babes, I miss the old days when we were on a 2-year album cycle and nobody talked about when the next album was coming.
It's because like I truly don't think it's her like
it's the overconsumption.
Fan. Yeah, it's the
overconsumption.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
And it's the news. So you are new here.
Yeah.
I can tell.
So I made a TikTok recently and I said something along these lines. I'm like, I'm sick of everyone seeing like a black dress and being like, oh my god, it's time to clown for Reputation, whereas like we know it's next kind of thing, and like every little thing she does, you don't have to relate back to Reputation being next.
Also, black is one of the most commonly worn colors of all time.
But then people were getting in my comments and they were like, oh, so clearly you're new here because Taylor has told us to look for Easter eggs in her outfits. I'm like, I'm not new here. I realize that she said that, but we don't have to like
point it out every time she wears black.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I think when it comes out, everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, it's a win for the clowns, like we were right, it was Reputation. I'm like, you have clowned about the most ridiculous things.
You've been wrong like 20 times at this point.
It's just insane. It's just like so
you've been wrong many times.
I almost wish she didn't hint at what was next because it ruins like the excitement and the surprise.
And for me, it's like it was like there was no time for 1989 to breathe. Yeah. It was like immediately. I'm like, you guys don't even know the words to these Vault tracks yet, and you're talking about the next ones.
It's true.
What?
And along the same lines, I'm sick of people like, we'll sit here and complain about it, but then everyone will be like, well, we can't help it, we're just so excited, like we're just like huge rep stands, like we are also, this is the re-recording that we're most excited for too.
Same.
And it's like, yeah. Just because it's just people thinking that they're the bigger rep stand, or it's like
it's too much for me, and I just can't handle the like everything being an Easter egg mentality. Like we've talked about this like a few times, like how it annoys us. It's just like it's not so calculated all the time. Or when people are like think like her friends are I'm like, she is not calling up her friends and asking them to like, okay, yeah, maybe like that time where they all wore blue to the studio like right before 1989. Like, okay, maybe that was planned, but like she's not calling up Blake and being like, can you go like this tweet that is on this, like that's just not how it works here. Yeah. Like
her friends have their own lives, like they
don't
on
live
this earth to be Taylor's friends and her Easter eggs,
right? And I just feel like it's like it's the way that people like it's like dehumanizing. It's like literally it's not about her at all, it's about what she's wearing and what she's gonna give. It's a lot to me.
Yeah, it's just becoming too much. I'm finally just at a point where I've had it.
And I feel like that kind of stuff is the worst on TikTok. I feel like I've pretty much gotten Taylor Swift content off my TikTok For You page.
Oh, that's good. Lucky
you. Because I just like, and it part of it like makes me sad because I do love her so much and I like being involved in the community, but like this is like crazy. And I'm sick of these influencers that are like on the Taylor Swift train for clout. Like it annoys me. Like you never talked about Taylor Swift a day in your life until the Eras tour, and now you're her biggest fan and you love every song, and it's just like and it's like whatever, I don't care, anybody can like her, I want people to like her and enjoy her music, but let's like why does it always have to be a spectacle?
It does, because it gets views now.
Yeah,
in a couple years she won't be on the post she is.
And she won't be your number one artist on Spotify anymore now, will she?
Yeah. I know.
And again, like I want people to like, I don't feel like we own the Swifties are the only ones that are allowed to enjoy her music and you have to be this kind of fan to enjoy it, but it just feels gross to me to use it's just not genuine.
Yeah.
Like
totally.
and like we clearly use her art as content. Like I'm not saying that is a bad thing to do. It's the way that some people go about it.
Yeah.
That I just gives me the ick.
Yeah. Yeah. Could complain about social media and influencers for hours, honestly.
Yeah. And just like the lack of nuance online just annoys me. And that's across the board. Like I think a lot of times on the internet people are arguing things like they're black and white and they're just not. Like most things in life are not black and white.
It's true. Very true.
Yeah. So you have more than me, so why don't you say another one?
I've had it with Taylor Nation. Sorry. I'm over it.
I want to know.
I'm over it.
Who runs that account?
It's multiple people. It's got to be.
Is it like interns? Like I just need to know.
First of all,
Like, is that Austin Swift's job? Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, no, I think it's people from UMG.
Okay.
Or like someone from, I don't know though. It's hard to tell. It really is. But I just don't know. I feel like they have a good grasp on Taylor Swift and like what the fans are talking about and like those kinds of things, because I feel like they do tweet a lot of like quote unquote relevant stuff.
Right.
But I'm just like, I'm kind of over it. They're stirring the pot all the time.
They do enjoy a pot stir.
And I just can't. And I'm over the fact that people will like tweet 58 million times the same thing just to get their attention. Like they'll send the same
You know what
same
always
pictures.
makes me laugh on Twitter? When people have in their bio like TN
times 4.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's funny.
And like, have you ever seen people? It'll be like 58. Like,
we're like, I know you have no followers, because that's annoying to be like begging.
Why are you shaking your ass for some attention of
it's crazy.
Taylor
Nation? It's insane. I have tweeted at them before.
No, I'm not saying not to tweet at them. It's fine. When I post things, I tag them. But like,
it's just funny to me. I think like I'm not like, I guess I'm not annoyed at the people that do it, because I do follow a lot of people that will constantly like whatever. I get it, like do your thing, whatever. But I just like, I've kind of had it with the fact that Taylor Nation has been this huge like.
And I just think it's funny. Like, do they think Taylor Nation's calling Taylor up and reading her your tweet?
Definitely not. Yeah, what are you gaining from getting a Taylor Nation notice?
I mean, I guess Taylor Nation probably does the like brunt work of like finding fans for like fan things.
That's true. That's true.
But
I
like,
believe they do.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just funny to me when I see that. It's just that to me. I'm like, if I see that in your bio and you're like a grown woman or a grown adult, I'm like, ooh.
I considered
like, not that I wouldn't be excited by a Taylor Nation notice. Like, I would be excited by that, but like, I'm not putting it in my bio.
Maybe if Taylor replied, I would.
Maybe if it was Taylor, but
I would have.
Or like when people have like that when they've met her, like in their bio. Okay,
and it's different. And
that's
like
a monumental
so funny
moment. But it's just like the Taylor Nation of it all that I think it gives me a giggle. Like, it's whatever. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
it's just funny to me.
I did this thing. I wanted to make a TikTok once, and I was like, okay, this is day 1 of me trying to get a Taylor Nation notice, and it was like during the Eras tour.
Oh, I remember this.
And whenever Taylor wore that night like the same color that I saw her in, I would start tweeting pictures of like the folklore set, because I saw her in the purple dress, and I was like, ah. And when the last Great American Dynasty came on, I like tweeted a picture from the thing, and I said, oh, it's time for my favorite song, and they liked it.
Period.
And I was like,
is it in your bio?
It should be, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's not. TN times 1. But I also had 0.5 of a notice from them once, because they reposted a graduation cap that had one of my stickers on it.
There you go.
And I was like, I'll take it.
That's me.
TN times 1.5.
TN notice once removed.
Yeah, like literally.
That is funny. I don't know if I want to get on record saying this, actually.
I want you to.
I've had it with Selena Gomez.
No, shut up. That's my next one.
I've had it.
I'm dead.
Me
too.
and my commentary, I don't know if I wanted to go further than that. Just know that I've had it.
I've had it.
I've had discussions with friends in my real life about this, like, deeply.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't
have to go further, because I completely agree. That was my next one. Wild.
This is something that I'm like, I wish we had a Patreon, because I would talk about it more. And
as if that would protect us at all.
No, but it's not as public of a forum, you know? Like, Taylor's not going to stumble across my Patreon, you know? And if she does, I would know.
She pays $5 to like see what we have to say about her best friend.
I would then go on and delete everything I've ever said that she wouldn't like.
Wow.
Wow,
that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway.
Yep.
Other than that, I have had it with. Oh, okay. I hate when people on the internet, especially in the Taylor Swift fandom, they do this all the time. They'll say something like, "Wait, why isn't anyone talking about?" And then they like name something that we hashed, the entire fan base like hashed through like years ago. Like, I think the one I saw recently was like, wait, why is no one talking about how Dorothea and 'Tis the Damn Season are basically like the same story from like 2 different sides? And I'm like, Are you new here?
Welcome to the club.
Because in 2020, that's all anyone talked about. It was like the love triangle, and then it was like, oh my god, Evermore, we're getting like this, and it was like, hello. It bothers me so much.
Goodbye.
Like, where have you been? You weren't here. Or if it's something that happened like in the 1999 era, and they're like, why is no one talking about how Taylor dated Harry Styles? It's like, come on.
Yeah, no, we've never. Oh my gosh,
that.
I'm glad you. Thanks for telling us. We didn't know. Now we can have a discussion.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know why it bothers me so bad. It just does.
I have had it with people villainizing her parents and like, they want her to hate them.
Yeah.
I just think that's weird.
I just think that you hate your parents.
Go sort out your trauma.
Go to therapy.
Like, please stop projecting your hate for your parents onto her and hers. It's weird.
It is.
It's really weird.
Especially because her parents like literally tour with her. They're with her all the time. She clearly likes them. If she was like estranged from them or distanced them or whatever, like we would never see them. And even then, it doesn't give you the right to talk about. And
there's a lot of parents of people that are in this industry that are evil. That there are a lot of celebrities that have had heinous parents do heinous things to them, steal from them, and all these things. And that's not her experience.
It's crazy.
And if it was, she wouldn't have them in her life. She has all of the resources to not speak to them if she didn't want to.
Yeah.
So bye.
That just goes back to the whole like needing something to complain about.
It's just weird.
Just stop.
No, it's weird.
Because I know that all of you will be bending backwards to meet both of them. Any chance you got.
Please,
so.
please,
like,
please.
Like sit down.
No, yeah. Enough is enough.
Yeah. It's not your place. So stop speaking.
Bye.
I've had it with this is so stupid. Still not knowing why 2 of the phones were upside down when she announced the Midnight's tracks.
So I genuinely believe with my entire soul that sometimes she just does
things
just
nothing.
just to fuck with you.
I'm starting to believe that too, because I was thinking about this. This is like constantly pops in my head all the time. Like, what did those phones mean?
What 2 songs was it for?
Antihero and Vigilante Shit, which are tracks 3 and 8. And then she put the phone on the other side of her head for Bejeweled and You're on Your Own Kid, which I think is 5 and 9.
Interesting.
So I'm like,
it could be something as stupid as like, these are my favorites. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It doesn't. Yeah. I just sometimes think that it's genuinely not that deep.
It might not be that deep. It really might not be.
And that's just
I just think
that on that.
It like rocked everyone's world when she did it upside down.
Yeah.
And then like nothing. We just don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
I'm out.
You're out. I can keep going. I gotta turn the page still.
Oh shoot.
We're
just
ready
kidding. To go.
It's okay. There's some of these I don't even have to.
No, I love it.
Okay.
I'll offer commentary on your opinions.
I have had it with the Joe Alwyn slander.
I think it's funny.
We've definitely talked about this before, so I don't have to go into depth.
Yeah.
But I'm still over it.
I like when me and Emily disagree a little bit about things. I think it adds a little bit of spice. I think the Joe Alwyn commentary is funny because I feel like it's generally harmless. Like, I feel like people aren't like, what I've seen, and maybe we've seen different like discourse of it. I've seen people be kind of mean in a funny way, not like in a vicious way.
The funny part, like, yeah, no, you can.
So that to me is a giggle.
Okay, yeah, that's a giggle. But the people who are genuinely like pissed off, like,
yeah,
at him, I can't. It makes me so angry. Can't do it. Okay, you know what else I hate?
Oh no, I'm scared.
Okay, so this is a lot like, I don't mean to come off like I'm like attacking people who do cringy things, but I like kind of am. But I'm like not. Like, if you can post whatever you want on the internet. Literally post whatever. Do whatever
Taylor's
you
queen
want.
of cringe. If we're
She
being
is queen
honest.
of cringe. She's said multiple times like,
I embrace the cringe.
yeah, exactly. So like embrace it. But I absolutely hate when people get on TikTok specifically and they'll be like, the first thing they say is like, no, because I don't think you understand. And then they go and they recite an entire song. Just like,
did you hear her?
yeah, like, I don't think you hear her.
And they just sing the lyrics.
And it's just the lyrics. Or they won't even sing. They're just like talking the lyrics. And they're going like this. And they're like, did you hear about the girl who lives in delusion?
I do think
breakups happen every single day. Like,
and you don't have to lose.
Right.
I do think that will be something that these people look back on later in life and are like, what in God's name?
Like, the first couple of times people did it, I feel like was back in 2020.
And it was funny.
And it was good. It was like
giggle.
good content. And Taylor, like, when she got on TikTok, I feel like she interacted with that a lot because she was like, oh, like, yeah, kind of thing. Because they're talking about her lyrics. Like, it. So I don't know if people are doing it because she interacted with it before or because you genuinely think it's good content.
I think if you want to talk about her lyrics, go off. But just maybe let's get a little more creative.
And those videos always have like 30,000 likes.
Maybe we need to start doing that.
When you see me on TikTok later being like, I don't think you heard her. I need you to like turn around, look away.
I'm going to comment and say, I didn't hear her. Thanks for telling me.
Oh, God. Pisses me off so bad.
No. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Moving on. Oh, okay. I've had it with fandoms feeling like they are competing with each other.
Yeah.
Like,
I just think just won't participate in that at all.
No, I don't participate in either. But it's like Ariana Grande's coming out with a new song on Friday. And all of Twitter is like, oh, like the Swifties hate the whatever they call her fan base.
Arianators. Arianators.
First of all, had it with that. What is Arianators?
That's even worse than Swifties.
Yeah, it is. I just don't. We're not competing.
No, it's just like, to be frank, you can't compete where you don't compare. Taylor Swift is she's on Mars, and everybody else is playing here on Earth.
But the only thing is like the difference between those two specifically is it's literally everything. I mean, all they do is they make pop music. They make very different pop music.
Very different, like extremely different.
And you can like both of them also.
I like both of them.
Yeah. And when you see me tweeting about how good the song is,
mind your business.
Right, you're not
like
gonna,
it.
It's
participate. Be happy with me.
No, exactly. Because it's so annoying the way like Swifties also think that when someone starts talking about a different artist or whatever, like you're switching up for the attention.
Yeah, I think they kind of get mad when you. I again, this is one of those things. It's like, do you think Taylor Swift is the only artist I'm allowed to like?
Exactly. Because if Taylor Swift isn't your whole personality, you're doing it wrong.
Okay, well, you're like, weird.
We'll joke about it and say
Taylor
Taylor's
Swift
our only
is scared
personality. Yeah,
she's scared of you.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go on the internet and be like, I have one personality and it's Taylor Swift.
Can I tell you something?
And I'm joking about it.
Taylor Swift likes other artists other than herself.
Yeah, I don't know.
She does. In fact, we've seen her at like other people's concerts.
Mm-hmm. It's just weird
and things
behavior.
like
let people like whatever they want. Seriously, I just don't get it.
It's very normal to like what you like.
Oh God.
Yeah, I just can't. These people are just too much. Too freaking much.
Okay, this is a little bit of a personal one.
Okay.
But I've had it with people stealing my art. Stop! Or stealing fan-made art in general. Excuse me?
It's just
it's so annoying. Like I feel like fan-made small businesses that make like Taylor things specifically, they do really well because I think they do it better than Taylor's merch, official merch.
Period.
But then people who like rip things off for a living see that and they like take this like they take this hard work that someone put in. What am I trying to say?
It's also literally illegal. Like not for anything, but it is literally illegal.
It angers me. I went to like an in-person craft fair type thing a couple months ago, and one of the stations had a bunch of like Taylor Swift and Harry Styles stuff, and I was looking through the tote bags, and one of them was literally something that one of my small business friends like made, and I'm like, I know that's not you because they don't live here,
and I know them.
Yeah, I'm like, it's
embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing, but it's like, you can't stop anyone from doing it.
And you know what I also don't like? I don't like when people make exact replicas of the Taylor Swift merch.
Oh, that's annoying too.
It kind of makes me feel icky because I'm like, at first I was just like, whatever, like make a cheaper option, whatever. But also though, I'm like, but if somebody did that to Emily, I would be upset. So and somebody is designing that stuff. Like that is somebody's job to design that stuff. So you are still stealing from someone.
Yeah.
And I just am like, I understand like that her merch is bad and expensive and inconsistent in sizing, and it's very frustrating. And if you don't want to support that, great, but stop trying to get the exact same thing somewhere else. I don't know. It just, and like people buying like sweatshirts from like Temu, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It's so icky.
The only one of these replica merch things that I support is the cardigans because not that I don't own one, but I do.
That's funny.
I'm like, okay.
I get
it. Or like when people make the cardigans, like they make a lover cardigan. That doesn't exist. So they're like,
oh no, that's totally different.
That is fine.
100%.
I don't know.
I think the best kind of merch is like looking at something she's released and then making something like very similar or using like the same colors or the same
concept
theme, the same
or
concept.
whatever.
Like I think that's creative.
But making an exact replica,
yeah,
I don't know. It just makes me feel
especially
gross.
when the blue crew neck was like such a thing in the beginning of tour and everyone's like just going on to like Printify and typing the Taylor Swift The Eras Tour and then being like, no, you can buy it for $30 on a blue sweatshirt.
You're profiting off of people's like insanity.
Yeah.
I just and I also, this is a side note, but I kind of hope there's some new tour merch for this year. For the second leg.
Yeah, I doubt it, but
I
it
doubt
would be
it
nice
too,
to
but
see.
it would be fun.
I feel like if anything's different, I'll just have like the different dates.
Yeah.
Which, who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What else have you had it with? Tell me.
I've had it with not being able to talk about Taylor Swift without Travis Kelce being introduced into the
mention.
topic.
Yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think like there was a lot of stuff with the Golden Globes. Like people were like, if Travis was there, that wouldn't have happened. Blah blah. I'm like, oh no, it probably would have. And he probably would have reacted the same way she did. If you're watching this video, I'm so sorry. I keep moving, but I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Okay. Yeah, I just can't do it. This especially goes though for people like in real life.
I just think it's like in general, like any celebrity, like or any person of fame, like why are we always talking about women in with that, like, and then men have to be included?
Yeah, or the people who think that because you're a Taylor fan, you're also rooting for the Chiefs. I mean, it's like, I don't want a Chiefs jersey. I honestly don't care. Travis Kelce, I like don't care about him. I don't care what he does. I think he's a great boyfriend, and I love them together, and it's such a great relationship. And go off, sis. But I don't want to talk about him. Yeah. I just don't.
You don't care about him
as
a person.
And if you do, that's
you weren't interested in him before her.
But stop assuming that every Swiftie like
is interested,
is also keeping up with Travis Kelce.
And I think it's fun for the Swifties that did like him before, like people that live in KC, or like I always thought, like I've talked about this before, like I love Jason. I thought their relationship is very sweet and they're like family. Like I knew of Travis Kelce and was I wouldn't have called myself a fan of him, but like I like him. I like seeing his face. I think he's like sweet. I think they're very like wholesome people, and like he's a good role model, I think, like that kind of thing. Like I thought of this before she started dating him. Yeah. Whereas like I feel like you probably didn't know who he was.
Yeah. I only knew he was because he had a brother that was on the Eagles.
Right. And that's fine. That's still how you look at him.
And that's still how I view him. Like he's not even Taylor Swift's boyfriend to me. He's like Jason Kelce's brother. Yeah. Because that's how I was introduced to him, and I just like don't.
And that's fine.
It just bothers me. Whatever. But I still do love like.
I like Tavis content, but I don't like when he has nothing to do with it when you're bringing him into it. Yeah. I think that's where you're...
Exactly. That's it.
That's your complaint.
It's like, I don't want to talk about him.
Like, he doesn't have
anything to do with... And, like, no, I didn't see what Travis Kelce just did. And, no, I'm not a bad Swiftie for not seeing what...
No. Because Emily's not tuning into the pod every week.
I'm not.
Now I am.
My mother is. She listens to 2 podcasts. This one and New Heights.
And you know what? That's on periods.
Amazing. That's so funny. Okay. I have a couple more. I've had it with resale prices for signed CDs specifically.
No, because I was on Poshmark literally the other day because I want a signed Red really bad. And I was just literally scrolling on there and offering $25 on every single one. I'm like, you're all ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I need you to like...
And like you know what once pissed me off? In particular, the folklore one, because there's
it's so easy to get.
Many
everyone has a folklore
copies of I have one sitting literally right behind us. I got 2 in the past year for cost. I gave one to my best friend for Christmas, and I kept one for myself.
It's insane.
Why are you selling it for $250? You're crazy.
Or more. I need you to look me in the eye and tell me that you're okay with what you're selling it for.
It's people that do not know like her. It's not
Swifties. But it's not even that. It is also Swifties that are doing this, because I feel like this is especially for the signed lover CDs. People, as soon as they like need money for something, their immediate thing is like, I'm gonna sell my signed lover CD, and I'm gonna sell it for $500 because I can't make my rent. Like, and that's like their mentality, and they genuinely think that that's an okay price.
I am in a Facebook group. I'm not going to name the Facebook group. I think
I'm
you're
in the
it
same
too.
one.
The amount of people on that site selling things at insane prices to pay their bills makes me uncomfortable.
I like, yeah, I don't understand how you could own those things and be okay with that.
I don't want to get into this too deeply, but I think it's like you're adding a layer of guilt into why you're charging what you're charging for it. Like,
right.
I'm charging this because I need to pay my rent.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about that. But I'm like,
Yeah. It's way out of hand.
Yeah, it's too far. It's too much.
Yeah,
it's gone too far.
Way too far. Okay, I've had it with, in quotes, "It's me, hi."
I literally put that on my Instagram story yesterday.
No. In context of what?
Let me pull it up. Because this account that I love, if you don't know this, I'm a wedding photographer, and this account that I follow, they they're wedding photographers too, and it's two best friends, and they like offer education and stuff. Like, they're cute. And they made a bunch of memes from oh no, actually it was what we posted. Never mind, it wasn't. I'll talk about the memes in a second, but it was one of the tweets that we posted on the account yesterday. It says, "Sometimes I pretend I haven't seen Taylor Swift stuff that my friends show me because I'm so chronically online that I've seen it in all its original format, memed, and reposted 3 times already by the time they've seen it." And I said, "It's me, hi."
Okay.
But the meme thing I was talking about, it was so freaking funny. I was literally crying last night. It was like pictures of Taylor from the Golden Globes, like right after she sipped her drink. She's got this like pout on her face and her glass, and it says, "When guests assume my male second shooter is the one in charge, not me." And I was like, mood. And then another one they posted with her that also killed me was, "Your camera takes such great pictures." And then the other one, so it was like good things versus like bad things, the whole post. It was so funny. If you're watching the video, this is the picture of Taylor. Funny. And then it was one of like Kylie smiling and Timothy giving her a kiss. Again, if you're watching the video, you can see it. And it says me, and then you're Timothy, and then it says the Kylie says, "We don't have a shot list, we just totally trust you." And there were so many of them. They were all so funny.
That's funny.
And it must be
honestly,
nice to only work on weekends. Like,
accounts that post stuff like that will never get old to me.
No.
I think it's so funny because they are so accurate with like whatever their
and
audience.
I'm like, you're so clever.
Yeah,
you're so clever.
Funny.
Yeah, I was literally cracking up.
Okay, so in that context, I'm not like trying to backpedal here, but that's fine. I'm talking about like, this is so bad because this is not professional of me. But when I get an email from someone that's like, "It's me, hi, my order number is," like, this is a professional setting. I get that we're both Swifties, but why did you have to do that? Oh my god, it's so fun. Like, in the wrong context, like, in the wrong situation, you don't need to be like referencing.
No, it's definitely cringy. Yeah. It's definitely cringy.
Oh,
and
God.
I am cringing at myself for posting that.
No, that's fine. That's fine because I've definitely also done something similar.
And it's just like it was Taylor. I think it's more cringy when Taylor isn't involved and you're using it. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah.
It's like that had to do with Taylor, so it was like whatever. Like whatever. I don't know. That's so funny. I'm not offended by you I've had it with that. I think that's funny.
Because I was also thinking about this the other day. I'm like, I feel like the "It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me" is the new "Darling, I'm a nightmare dressed like a daydream." The way that lyric 100%. Was everyone's caption on Instagram 100%. For 2 years is crazy. Like, it was overused. It was everywhere. It was like...
And it's also like, you're not a nightmare dressed like a daydream. You're simply not.
You're also not really the problem either. Like,
no.
So don't post either of those lyrics.
Yeah.
I mean, do whatever you want. Seriously, do whatever you want. But I just those two things, like, that resurfacing was like, I'm getting the same energy from those two. Yeah. Like, we haven't had a lyric like that since
the same,
the 1989.
The same energy, for sure.
And I also feel like the jumping off of very tall somethings is becoming in that.
I will say that till I'm dead. Till I jump. I've shortened it to I'm gonna jump.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, I feel like that's been said.
Because this is one of my toxic traits. I often say that, but in a lot harsher way. Like, I do genuinely say I'm gonna kill myself a lot, and like that's really not like a sensitive thing to say. It's something I'm working on. So saying I'm gonna jump feels less harsh. So that's my pivot towards to stop saying that.
That's fine. That's good. You know, I'm gonna jump.
If you're offended by that, I'm just very sorry. It's not. I don't mean it in an offensive way.
Yeah. I just hate that, like, the very tall somethings.
The very tall something is
lyric.
Too much.
I hate that.
It's too much.
I have 2 more. Okay. The other thing I've had it with is when this was specifically around the holidays, when the holiday collection was dropping and stuff, and like the rare merch was coming up. I hate when people buy the rare merch in excess, it like with the intention to give it to their friends. It just sounds awful. Okay, yeah, reselling is terrible.
Okay.
But with the intention to be like, well, I got 4 just in case like my friends wanted them or something.
Yeah, no, I am wondering why you didn't give me a Lover Snow Globe.
I'm so sorry. That was because I panicked. I didn't realize it was on sale.
I didn't actually expect you to get me one. But yeah, that is weird. If you have like, I think it's like, again, like the way that you're doing it. It's like, if I said to you, hey, we know this is happening tomorrow and I can't get on, can you get it for me?
Oh, that's different.
Fine.
Or if
you getting it without even like having a conversation with them about it, is like.
And I know there was like a couple ornaments that some of my friends like really wanted that they weren't able to get to. And I'm like, okay, now I know. If I see it in stock, I'm going to get a Lover Snow Globe. I was going to get it because I know that my friend wanted it.
Right.
But if you're just buying 4, just be like, oh, just in case like one of my mutuals wanted it. It's like, let the people who actually wanted it get it.
Yeah.
And you're not really saving it from people are like, well, I'm getting it so the bots don't get it. I'm like, you're just as bad as the bots because you're withholding it from people that like
that wanted it.
We're trying to get it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't, that bothers me so much.
Yeah. And I think, again, this is something that's like just like clinically insane. Like people that were buying like 20 of the ornaments.
Yeah.
Like I saw so many receipts on Twitter of people spending thousands of dollars on these ornaments. And like, spend your money how you want to spend your money, like whatever, I don't care, but like maybe go touch some grass. Agreed. Like you need to like rein it the frick in.
Yeah
You don't need 20 Taylor Swift ornaments.
I don't know.
And I think the ornaments are really cool and cute. I think they're affordable. I think they're very well done. It's like exactly what I want out of a Taylor Swift ornament. And I bought 3 of them. I bought 1 for me and 1 for each of the girls. And it was a Christmas present for them. And I hope it's something that they cherish for the rest of their lives. And I think they're very cute and I like them. And I think I like that there's a variety of them. But you don't need every single one.
But why are you buying them? Because you genuinely want to spend $1,000 on ornaments, or because you feel like they're gonna sell out and you need to have everything that Taylor's ever made?
And I feel like it's the ones that are like constantly complaining about how much she's on a jet buying this. Half of those are gonna end up in the landfill. You're just as bad as her.
It's true. It's the overconsumption of everything.
I've had it with overconsumption. Period. Just in our culture. Period.
I agree.
And this fandom is one of the most guilty.
Absolutely. People are buying stuff that they don't even want because they think it could be rare someday. It
could be rare, or it could be...
Or I could sell it for money one day.
Which is... It's just... No, like, leave it for the people that actually want it. Be wise with the choice. Whatever. I don't need to be your financial planner. It's just get a grip.
Yeah. It all just comes down to do whatever you want, but don't. Don't do that.
Do whatever you want, but we're going to have an opinion about whatever you want.
Exactly. If you're going to put it out on the internet, if you're going to post a screenshot of your receipt, then we're legally allowed to talk about it.
Yep.
And give our opinion. My final I've had it is the Evermore Long Pond Studio Session Truthers. I've had it. You guys are insane. We're not getting it.
I think it's like kind of funny to like bring it up here and there, like
absolutely
whatever, a missed opportunity, something we wish we would have gotten, whatever. But people that like with their full chest believe that it exists are you're the same people that think we're getting the Karma album. That's the same energy.
It is the same energy. I feel like the Long Pond people are more obnoxious about it. Yeah. But I do think it's funny though when Taylor wears something that like is very like wintry or fall, or, aesthetic, and they're like, oh my god, Evermore Long Pond Studio. Like I think that's funny when they're like, it's coming.
That's funny. But like
the fact I'm like at this point I'm like, do you genuinely want it, or are you saying it for the attention of saying it?
At this point, why wouldn't she have put it out? If it existed, why wouldn't she have put it out?
I don't think anyone thinks it actually exists. because, like you said, she would have put it out. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's too much.
And I don't want to hear about it ever again. I would love to have it, but
at this point, I wouldn't. It's over with. Like we've passed the point of like.
We're in the Eras era, so anything is possible. I've also had it with not having the Cruel Summer tour music video yet. What are you waiting for? Cruel Summer had its moment. You had your time to put it out.
I don't think she is now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Unless she's waiting for like tour to restart and others. I don't know.
I don't know. But this woman and her decisions, I don't understand them sometimes.
It's confusing.
And like even like the way she like rolls things out, I'm just like, there's no consistency here.
And that's why we love to clown. Well, not we, but people love to clown because you just don't know anymore.
Yeah.
Crazy. Kind of just had it with the fandom.
A little bit sometimes. it's just gotten so different. I think that's the thing that's hard. Is it's so different than what it used to be.
Yeah. It is.
And there were things to complain about it back then too, but I don't know.
Totally. It's social media's fault.
And like sometimes I love Swifties so much. Like sometimes I get on Twitter and I laugh so hard at the things that they say. And sometimes I'm like, okay, it's not. I need to get out of here. I need to turn this off.
Yeah. Yep. It's brutal.
It is.
It's a tough community to be a part of.
It is hard out here in these streets, but you know, we still have to be boots on the ground so we can report to you all.
And we will. Like, we're not leaving.
We're not leaving. We're just complaining
anytime soon. We're just going to complain about it.
And you know what? If you don't like a complainer, you
this
should have
is
tuned
not
out
for
of
you.
this episode a long time ago. We should have put that trigger warning in the beginning. If I'm one thing, it's a complainer.
Yeah, me too. I love it.
Me too.
Oh man. This was fun. I'm
This
glad I
was
got
fun.
all that off my chest.
Yeah, now I can sleep at night because this stuff has been keeping me out. All right. We will see you next week.
Thanks for listening.
Yes, thanks for listening. I don't have anything else to say.
Okay.
All right, goodbye.
See you later.